Okay, Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. I'm on vacation this week in the Caribbean. Wasn't going to trade, but traveling all day Monday, and then Tuesday just put it on to see some activity, and then saw a couple opportunities and took them. Had a little bit of technical issues, again, Replicanto issues, so I'm going to look into that, and maybe try a different trade copier to see if that holds up a little bit better. So just to show you the results, I think this is the performance. Again, no losing trades today. This was a malfunction. I took a short, my first trade, and you can see it on the charts are correct, but it deducted it. Now I can fight with Ninja, but ultimately they're going to blame us. So here's MNQ. So here it is right here, the opening first trade. So, well, let's take it back a little further. I was going to just maybe take a couple of sim trades. And I saw a signal pop up here. This was in sim, and I did take a long, thinking we were going to go right back to this Ludwig level. And again, it was sim, so I really didn't care too much. But you can see these beautiful signals. These are signals from Renko Platinum 4. Right there. Great signals are being produced here. I really don't like taking longs into a level, but I was like, let me see if this is going to hold up. And I got in late there because I don't have it automated yet. So I got 2 points late fill, and it still paid. This one you can see paid as well. So that was it. It was 90, $100, whatever it was in sim. And then I was just kind of watching. So then I went over to MNQ and took a test trade. And I was in at, looks like I took 2 contracts. First one, and this is a strategy I do a lot. Got in with the first contract, got a full pack, got in at the second contract. So I got in at 91, got in at 96. Market came back to the entry, got out. Target. So one of them is a break even. You can see 91.75, 91.75, 96. So really, it's a 5-point win, even though it's 2 contracts. And that's all that should be on here. Even this one, in at 86, out at 81. Those are the trades. Look at my performance. It deducted this money. It didn't get the one at 96 for some reason. So that's where the malfunction came in. On the chart, you see the correct number. Here, it's not. So again, who am I fighting with here? They're ultimately going to blame me, but I did not lose this trade. It was a scary situation, and I got the money back here. And I did not take this long either. What was going on at this moment, when that first trade closed, and I knew I won it, I went to my accounts, and this is where it gets scary, and you see unrealized profit flipping back and forth, and it was red at that point, and it had me in a long, which I was not long at that point. So usually I would just go, and which is what I did. I went straight to Replicanto, and you go to the flatten all button. And I was hovering over it. In this particular case, I popped exactly like you see it here. I seen this, and price was fluctuating, green, red, green, red. It must have been right around where my entry was, which I found out later it put me in at 80. It looks like the trade that won. And it sucks that I have to do this in a recap because this is not what trades I took. But there was a long that I won 12 points right here, which got the loss back. This was part of the malfunction where it took a long here, which lost. I didn't take that. And then it put me in a long here. So it was 2 contracts. And I actually wound up winning this, but I won it by closing Replicanto. So it's 80 to 92 was the win. And again, it was Replicanto with, this is what I was looking at. Once I saw this go green, I kind of flattened all, and luckily the price went in my favor. It takes a few seconds to close out the trade. So if we look at the trade performance, see, it got in at 37, closed it there. So 1 minute exactly, I was in the trade and I closed it out, and I got whatever money they took from me, I got back. Only because of my own, mindset and able to, stay calm and cool and get out of it. So it got me in at 80. And you can see that 80 is not on here. The 92 exit is not on here because I didn't take those trades. It was closed with Replicanto. So So right here, in at 80. And this is okay. I think what had happened, I closed out a trade here. This was my short that I won. For some reason, Replicanto took a long here. Again, malfunctions of Replicanto I have to blame at this point, which is why I probably got to try something else. And it probably won't be Apex because I hear nightmares about that too. Somebody mentioned Joel from Affordable Indicators, who I've worked with before. So that's the next on my radar. So it took a long here, and luckily, it went in my favor. And I didn't notice it. So by the time I noticed it, it was back down here. And it was fluctuating. So I got out at 92. So right? Yeah, and there's a minute later. So I hit close on Replicanto, luckily, and it went in my favor. I was probably hitting close along here. And it did work out ultimately, or luckily, that I was able to close it out. So again, unfortunately, that has to be part of my trade performance because I did not take a loss. And if I took a loss today, it was this one. So let's continue from here and look at the trades. Now that I'm back to normal here, and looked like I got back to break even. I was up $6 after that nightmare. So then I'm back to the shorts. And this one was a 5 or 6 second trade, and it won. That's how good my entries were. So let's look at that one. It was at 38, really 39. Let me see where I got in at. 92 to 87. Go back to that chart. Yeah, 92. So beautiful. And it was a short signal that was given. It looks like I got in at 92 and cashed out here. And there was this, I'm not sure how I got such a good entry, but I did. Must have been playing these levels here, just going short. Entry 93 to 89. Looks like the next trade. That one. Yeah, 93 to 89. Not the greatest fills, but, one contract, one win. Again, going one micro, really ultra conservative here, not to take on a big loss. Another beautiful trade, 91 to 86 at 40. Again, I'm in these trades 15 seconds. This is how I like to trade. Eventually I'll size up when I get these accounts in a comfort zone. But here's a beautiful, one candle, 92. Looks like I took 2 contracts. Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. One contract won right there. Looks like when it pulled back, I got in again at 92. That one did not cash. I must have held it. I must have cashed one contract out. I think that, and I was trying to get a runner. I did not get that runner. So now I'm in one contract at 92, and it rolls back against me. Add in here, add in at 0. Now, 0 is a level for me. Even though there's not a level there, and the level's at 4, 0 is a level. So I probably randomly added it at 97. And then, so I'm in 3 contracts right here. It bounces. I do not add in here. I wanted to see what was going to happen first. If it shot up, I was going to have to really manage this trade or just cut out and take that loss and start again. But luckily, hits the level like it normally does and crashes right back down. And here you go. Here's my cash out. Could have got a lot more, but again, being conservative, the same way this came to 92 and flew up, this could have happened. So I was like, it was a good profit. So if we go back and look at the trade at 41.42, yeah, here's the profits on those. So this is the only trade I legitimately lost, and it was a break even. Got in at 92. It's up 2 ticks, but the commission is $1.22. So it's 50 cents per tick, so it's $1. So the math is right. But the same trade I entered here, I got to add in here, got to add in here, and that's the philosophy. It gets back to the original entry point, but these are up 8 and 7 points, somewhere around there. So, to me, I love that trade. And I could have got a hell of a lot more on that. But you can see I re-entered then. Huge spike down. Took a short. I went to 700. Wow. Let me look at that trade. Oh, no, that was part of the other trade. All right. So now market went down, and I'm still in short mode. Let's see why I took a short here. At 45, and again, 15 seconds. It's one contract and it won. 71 to 67. So I waited a little bit. All right, so I didn't trade. It looks like I was kind of sort of playing the signals a bit. Market moves fast here. So I guess I saw the signal, like what I seen. Jumped in at 71, took a quick, and took it right to the tick. I didn't know it was going to stop, but there is a level here. So I had my target at the bottom of the level. And I think to the tick, I got out before the rollback. Now, say I didn't get out there. Say my target was down here. Well, look at these levels. Look at the signal. Boom. So either way, I was not losing this trade. I didn't take that short because it did roll real fast up, and then I held up. Looks like I got a nice roll up there. Back to trade performance. I took that. I waited 5 minutes, so 50. Got in at 77.73. 77. Let's see the signals here. 77. Okay. So I basically took this short here. Now the short had you getting in at 73. I kind of got a better fill. So on this signal came up, it pulled back, I enter. Almost at the high of that pullback. High of the pullback was 79. I got 77. 2 points and wrote it right down. And you can see the philosophy again, take your profits at these levels. I was only doing one contract, I said trading real light, and I was fine, happy with that, even though it wasn't a big win. But ideally, could have exited there. Would have got another 4 points. Micros, it's peanuts. It's all about winning these trades and reading the market right. Short signal here, didn't take it, and I was obviously a loser. Kind of done here, right? What do we do? 77.73. Okay, this was the last trade, and then I came back later. So 07. So again, 10 o'clock's approaching. I didn't trade. Probably was going to be done. When I seen price approaching 700 again, was expecting a spike down and got it. I think I barely got it, and the market rocketed up. And I was like, oof, got out of that one lucky. Again, this is a 4-second trade, which means my entries are great. So that last trade, I waited. I was kind of done. Go back. I saw price approaching Ludwig. You got VWAP and all, was hitting VWAP, spiking down, hitting Ludwig, spiking down. So I'm looking at this price action right here. Look to the left, and you see it repeating itself. So when you see the signal, I got another great fill, and luckily, look, to the tick. That's the second time today. It went to 50. I got by 1 tick. I got it, and luckily, look what happened. If I didn't get out there, I would have been adding in here. My average price would have came up, but look at this. Would I have averaged in enough to get out here at 11? Don't know. So this is where the way I trade, why I don't like trading like I do, because this could get me in a lot of trouble here, and I don't even know if it came back at all. I was done, thankfully. You got a big rollback here. So the way I trade, I was only in one contract. Now I'm adding in. If I'm adding in like at 40, my average price is going to be rolling up, and I probably would be at break even here. If it hits, I'm getting out here. So it would have been a little scary, but a lot of times when it does this is the move it does. It comes back to VWAP, it tests this area, then it rockets up again. So I know I got to be out of this trade somewhere in here with a small loss or a small win or break even just to survive that kind of violent NQ move. So luckily I didn't have to deal with it, but I'm always thinking, how do I navigate out of a bad trade? That's the risk of trading like this. You've got to have a plan. And the good news is when you see these longs losing like this and a level, you got to think pretty good. Then you see conflicting signals here. This is why you can't just take these signals, because look how butchered apart you would have gotten destroyed here. So you got to know which ones to take. And again, if I was trading, and I'd be looking longs here. That's what I'm looking for, because I know I could long here, add in here, chances of boom, boom. But I don't think it ever came back down. It just rocketed up. Now all these long signals, I would kind of be taking these, like the way I trade. And it was a right move. Even a pullback, it's still good. Now you're getting some short signals. Maybe you hold up, but it was one short, a beautiful short. And back to the longs, and you're again. I was done at that point. Went to the beach, hanging out. Now, I came back in just to check the computer again. I wanted to make sure there was no hung, because there was issues. I was like, I better check there's no hung orders in my computer there, and I did. Everything was fine. So 147 again, a 30-second trade from 820 to playing the long at this point, because you can see how we're way up now, and the market spiked so far down early in the day. It's at 47, so let's go a little. Let's see if it got it. All right, it did get the trade. What was I looking at? A really good entry. It was no signal, but I just seen price action. The cloud turned blue. I mean, that was the only thing I really saw. What I really saw was we broke 20. So I played 20 to 25. And I look how much more I could have got. I do leave a lot on the table, and maybe I'll get better someday at that. But can't be happy. Another green day, and spike in these accounts, into that comfort zone, where I could trade a lot freer once I get a $5,000 or $10,000 drawdown. So that's it. Hopefully, I might not be on again. I'm on vacation, but I'm glad I got to do another happy recap from vacay. All the best, everybody.